Hey guys, it's the last of the Stephen Baum vlogs. You guys seem to really enjoy them, so maybe I might do this for every episode. But with this week, we have the season 2 premiere and follow-up of the last episode, Full Disclosure, where Stephen and the gang, it picks up right after them landing, and Stephen kind of takes in the moment and tells his dad about what happened, and his dad starts freaking out a little bit. Realizing that, a giant shitstorm's coming and Steven might get hurt. Steven's in danger, freaks him out a little bit, and that freaks out Steven. Steven doesn't know if he can handle telling Connie about the events because he cares about Connie and his dad so much, but he doesn't want to put him through stress, and it doesn't help that Ronaldo pops in and just makes things worse by giving him terrible advice. And Steven kind of attempts to take away some of his humanity, and it's him trying to keep in mind that this entire week, more or less, the last 10 episodes have been really mature content put into Steven's life, between seeing Pearl, seeing the raw emotion from Monday, having Pearl freak out about not being special, not being Rose's special person anymore, to almost dying, and just a lot of stuff has gone through, and you can see where Steven's naive mind would be trying to cut off people, and that is a very mature decision, and it's just really powerful. And basically he almost attempts to cut Connie out of his life to protect her because he doesn't want her to worry or for her to get hurt in the crossfire. And Connie listens to him, and she won't accept that he doesn't want to be friends anymore unless he tells her to her face, and something he couldn't do. And the episode just kind of ends on a very mellow note. And compared to the last few episodes, I'm not super excited at the moment. I'm just kind of, it's really heavy, and I'm it's amazing how the show has got me so emotionally involved with the characters. I care about them so much, and just the weight of the week has kind of just I feel it on me, and I'm just kind of, wow, this wasn't a super high-packed episode at all. It was just a simple, mellow episode, and it does feel like a huge event happened, and I'm really excited about future episodes. I'm just kind of, which I guess is a good thing. Overall, there's not really much to talk about with this particular episode, but I do want to take the moment to kind of talk about throughout the week in certain little elements I forgot to mention in my vlog, and I really wanted to mention. First off, in the first episode, Rose's Skyward, something I really wanted to mention was, it's kind of insane, and I'm surprised I didn't mention it, was Pearl almost let Steven die. You really think about it, Pearl might kind of resent Steven a little bit. I don't think it's necessarily that far, but you gotta admit that, Rose's potential mentor, lover, or just really close friend, someone she admires so much, maybe maybe Pearl just crushes on Rose really hardcore, but she lost someone dear, and Steven's a constant reminder that he lost her, and you can see in, her blank stares in the episode that there might be a little bit of resentment towards Steven. I mean, obviously she does love and care for him, but there's got to be that little notion, that little part of her mind. And you can see that when Steven tries jumping to her, and she just kind of doesn't, she just screams Steven, but then doesn't actually attempt to save him. Someone that I was talking to argued that she did see that he caught himself, and he'll be fine, but the Pearl that we know from all the past actions would have jumped down and made sure he was okay, not just kind of sit there. And that really shows how raw Pearl's emotions were in that episode. Something else to note is, there's a few things, and now I can't think of them. Oh, okay. Garnet's fusion, other things to talk about. I mentioned before that I consider it a relationship thing, and kind of looking on Tumblr and listening to different conversations going on, it's really interesting to think that the more human, or more humanoid and perfect, regular, say, Garnet doesn't look like a gem fusion from what we know, because she doesn't have duplicate arms. She does have 3 eyes, and that might be chalked up with the idea that it's not the perfect relationship, because no one's going to have the perfect relationship, but it's almost there, 99% there. So that was really cool. So I think the reason why Garnet was so excited about Stefani was the fact that Stefani didn't have multiple arms. And that means that those two are perfect for each other. And I think that's why she was so excited to see it. Additionally, also the whole part that Garnet was excited to see a fusion and, a relationship being so close. She got really giddy. And speaking of which, there's so many references towards the fact that Garnet is a fusion gem. It's insane. For example, in the pilot, when you see Garnet for the first time, she's surrounded by gems that are both red and blue, which equals, Ruby and Sapphire. In her new regeneration now, she has blue shade lens, which I think is a really cool touch to show that Sapphire is part of her. There's also different little things, like little jokes where, when they're trying to do the Stefani episode, for example, they're Amethyst and Pearl trying to comfort Steven for not being able to fuse with them, and they're just like, well, fusion's hard for us. And Garnet, which we just all took it as Garnet just being Garnet, was just like, not for me. And it's like, no, it's because she always fused. That's great. And then apparently, there's like one frame in the episode with Xanadrite, the fusion cuisine, where the gems unfuse. There's a moment where Garnet unfuses as well. So it's interesting to see that if a fused gem has more than, like say it's a fusion gem mixed with other gems, when they unfuse, they do split up into multiple people, which is cool. So man, this week has been fantastic. What's really going to be interesting is the fact that there's 3 episodes that didn't air that take place between, the episodes that aired this week. Somewhere in the timeline. They just got pulled out for the sake of airing the finale and the other episode together. So there's 3 episodes that take place between Lopez's message about them coming and them actually arriving. So I'm assuming that they don't actually affect the plot too much. They're probably going to be fillery episodes, and I'm expecting those to air the next few weeks. So I don't expect like really big things to happen in the next couple of days, or next couple of weeks worth of episodes. Who knows? We might be shocked to find out a lot more, but yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed these vlogs. I've had a lot of fun. This week was really, really good. And just overall, I really love Steven Universe. Like, the show is everything I want in a cartoon show, excluding the fact that it's 11 minutes. If it was 22 minutes long, I think it would be the perfect show. In fact, what's really cool is that I made a Facebook post on my personal Facebook, and it actually got a couple of my friends like excited about making stuff. And so I got a meeting with a good friend that's a really talented writer to maybe make something of our own. Like, it's great that Steven Universe is something that inspired people, and including my friends. And I want to share the show as much as possible. I know Bee and Puppycat's happening up next, which, by the way, I did a mock-up of it. I'm really loving it. It's going to be Sailor Moon-ish inspired. And I might do a Steven Universe thing, too. I know I need to do a Hollow Knight piece as well, because I promised that a long time ago. But yeah, so there's definitely going to be a Steven Universe thing. Someone mentioned an anime that's very similar, and that I should do a crossover piece with them. I'll take that into consideration. I know that for a while there, the main reason why I haven't done a Steven Universe like big piece yet, besides the Star Butterfly one, was because I always wanted to do a crossover with Elizabeth Bales, and I thought this was perfect. But we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to follow me on Twitter. I have conversations on there with everyone, and leave comments down below, and I'll try to get to them as much as possible. This weekend's gonna be busy because of conventions and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, so I'll see you guys soon. Awesome.